Well, a lot of you guys have sent in emails asking about different bypass tools, and rather than do them one at a time, I thought it'd be cool to buy a bypass kit, a pre-prepared kit that has pretty much all of them. This is the Peterson 4-piece DAMES bypass set. DAMES, by the way, stands for Defenses Against Methods of Entry. But inside of the kit you get 4 tools, and the first one I'd like to talk about is the Peterson mini knife tool. This is a tool that has a very thin blade. It's 12 thousandths. It's just literally a very thin piece of feeler gauge. And what you use this for, you use it to decode combination locks or even bypass combination locks. So to show you how this works, by the way, this kit comes with a set of instructions, but if I read those to you, there would be no reason to have the video, right? Okay, most combination locks have a weakness, and the weakness is that this has a small gap next to the wheels or next to the dial that allows you to slide in a tool sometimes and completely defeat the mechanism. So I'm going to take this 12 thousandths and I'm going to slide it in between there, right there on that end. And let me see if I can get it around the camera. And when we slide it in, I want to give you a tip here. Don't hold the knife here and try to shove it in there because you'll end up breaking it. What I like to do is hold the knife by the tip of my finger and then just kind of work it in that way. And then once it slides in, you see you found the sweet spot when it goes in about that far. And then at that point, please don't take the handle and pry it. Now, you might get lucky and it might open, but chances are you're going to bend this very delicate blade. Instead, take the shackle, push it in to remove the spring tension from the locking pawl, and then push down on your tool and you get in. That's how easy it is. It can also be used to feel for flat spots on the wheels. Again, because it's so thin, you can reach in there, find the flat spot, and then literally decode locks, combination locks. The next tool is the Peterson knife. That was the mini knife, and this is the real knife. It's 25 thousandths thick, very stiff, very sharp and thin to allow you to reach up inside of the keyway. This is the only non-shielded lock I happen to have laying around. Kind of a small one, but unshielded is unshielded. What you're going to do is take your sharp knife, stick it up inside of there, and you're going to reach up in there where the spring-loaded pawl is, and you're going to use the tip of the knife to pull the locking pawls out of the shackle and allow the lock to open. Again, you don't need the key. Let's see if I can look around the camera, slide it in, and that's how easy it is to use a Peterson knife to get into an unshielded lock. This next one's going to take just a little bit of imagination. It is for an Adams Rite locking door. These are commercial locks and they're used on sliding glass doors on some people's homes. It's a very thin wire, and normally it's designed to defeat mortise locks that are attached to those type of systems. All you do is you take the wire and you work it into the keyway. You have to be a little bit gentle because the wire is very strong, but you can bend it. Work it past all the pins, and what will happen when it's in the door is you'll work that wire through the keyhole in the back. And now you'll notice I can turn that wire, and right about there is where the release mechanism is on an Adams Rite door. So shove it in, turn it over, release the door, and you're in. Again, you've done the work of this actuator located right here. And the last one works in a very similar way, very popular lock. This is the entire American series locks is vulnerable to this next bypass. Fully functional lock, ball bearing, we can't shim it, but we can bypass the lock. What we want to do is turn the actuator to release those 2 locking balls and let our shackle come open. But these locks are really hard to pick. They're full of security pins, serrated pins. If they've been outside, sometimes they get crusty and they're just difficult to pick. So if we could bypass it, that would be cool. But I will warn you, in later years, and many locks have been retrofitted with these small stainless steel wafers. And if the wafers have been installed, this bypass will not work. But luckily, not all locks have it, and a lot of times locksmiths, those wafers are hard to mess around with. They're hard to install, and so a lot of times guys don't bother. And if that's the case, you can use this tool. Again, I'm working through the camera lens. You slide it into the keyway, and when it hits bottom, you're pushed up against the lock's actuator. What you want to do is just turn it back and forth just to jiggle it a little bit, and it'll work its way in between the actuator surfaces, and you'll hear a solid click when that happens. Of course, there we go. Have a solid click, And now we're between those two actuators, and then we just turn it like a key. And that's how quick it'd actually be faster, but this lock has been resisting me. I don't know what to tell you. Whenever the camera's on, that happens. So anyway, there you go, a variety of different bypass tools. This is the Peterson 4-piece DAMES bypass kit. Like I said, $75 plus about $3, $4 shipping and handling. If you're interested in this kit, leave your comment in the next 24 hours, and whoever gets randomly selected will get this kit for free. Anyway, fellas, thanks for your time. Stay safe. Stay legal.